Hey y'all, welcome to my channel Reviewed, where we talk about all things television and film from today and yesteryear. So I wanted to come on here and do a quick recap of this past week of Big Brother. And when I tell you that veto meeting will go down in history for the Big Brother franchise because it was all kinds of crazy. Okay, let's get into this quick review. So, of course, as we all know, I'm sure everybody has watched the show by now. Tucker was the veto winner after he, Kenny, and Angela were nominated for eviction. And per usual, Tucker knocks the competition out the park. So, so after winning the veto, Tucker basically is at the point where he's like he want to shake the house up, and he's also trying to find out who has the second power. He kind of has some clues, but he needs confirmation as to who holds the second power because, of course, we know Mackenzie has the first one. So basically, word starts getting around per Chemo, who thinks Tucker is cute, and seems like everybody in the house thinks Tucker's cute. But that's another story. Anyway. So Chemo ends up telling Tucker that Quinn is the one that has the power, and so Tucker is like, oh, so Angela was right the whole time. She wasn't lying. So Quinn does have the power. So basically, Tucker is at the point where he wants to shake the house up. And he lets Cedric, Cam, and, pretty much everyone in his alliance know that um, Quinn has the power. And as you can see, Quinn has a couple of alliances himself with the Pentagon and the Andersons. And so, once Cedric finds out and he lets Brooklyn and, the rest of their uh, allies know, he's kind of like, yo, why didn't Quinn let us know that he had this special power? And of course, Quinn is basically, he is not falling for the bait. He is not saying anything in reference to him having this power. He is basically playing them to the left. Like, I don't know what to talk about. So Cedric goes to Quinn, basically thinking that he's going to get Quinn to fess up about him having the extra power. So him and Mustache are sitting down talking to Quinn, and Quinn is sitting there with his Adam Lambert on, like, "What do you want from me?" Okay, and he is basically playing them to the left. He is still not fessing up to owning his power, and Cedric is just sitting there talking to him, you know, just yeah, bro, we're trying to figure this out. I don't know who I'm gonna put up once Tucker takes himself down. And Quinn's just like, yeah, he's just basically he's acting like he has no clue what they're talking about. So here we are at the veto meeting, and basically I'm going to say Tucker came up with a plan as to where he wanted to take Angela off the block and then have Quinn go up as her replacement. Because as we all know at this point, Tucker is a comp beast, point blank, period. Okay. And so he he surprises Angela and takes her off the block. As we all know, she is shocked as well as everybody in the house. When I tell you everybody's mouth was ajar, it was hilarious. I was like, baby, if a fly was to go through this room, it would have a lot of opportunity to go wherever it wanted to with all these mouths open. Okay. But anyway, so the house is shocked by Tucker's decision, and then Tucker is shocked by Cedric's because it does not go the way that he thought it would. Okay. So Cedric names Mackenzie as the replacement nominee. And of course, everybody's thinking the veto meeting is over. Mackenzie's like, no, it's not. I'm taking myself off the block. I have America's veto. And guess what? I'm taking myself off the block. I don't have time to play these games. So everybody in the room is shocked. Again, another mouse drop moment. Like, they're basically like, okay, is this it? Because I don't think we can have any more shock value up in here tonight. And honey, Tucker is all the way in his feelings. He's basically saying this was not how everything was supposed to go. He apologizes to Mackenzie, and he is basically telling Cedric, I'm coming for you. And I was not feeling it at all. So, as the house guests are picking their mouths up off the floor from all of the goings on earlier, Ainsley pops up and she lets them know that since America's veto has been activated, I have to let you know that the replacement nominee will be picked by America itself. So here they go again. Like, what in the world? Like, come on, y'all. We don't need no more surprises tonight. And honey, when I tell you the house was on edge, they were definitely on edge. So once everyone leaves the veto meeting, Cedric is feeling a little pressure because of Tucker basically letting the house know, hey, this was not supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to go down like this. So he asked the house guests to, come into the living room because he was like, he feel like since Tucker want to be the one to let people know that it didn't go down the way it was supposed to, he need to explain to the house exactly what that means. So Tucker is basically telling the house guests that the plan was for him to take Angela off the block and for Cedric to put Quinn up, and then he basically just blurts out that Quinn has the other power in the house. And so Quinn basically he cannot get out of this. His back is against the wall, and he has to basically let the house guests know, yes, I have the power, but I wasn't planning on using it. And also, we also get a couple of flashbacks where it shows Cedric trying to talk to Tucker to let Tucker know, hey, we do not have the votes to make this move. And Tucker's like, I don't care, I'm gonna do it anyway. And we also get a scene where Cedric is talking to the people in his alliance, and he's letting them know what Tucker is wanting to do. And of course, Quinn is in the room. And Quinn still at that point, he said absolutely nothing about the power. And so, while Tucker is here in front of the house, he is just basically, he really can't put the blame on Cedric. Cedric did not go along with the plan because ultimately it was not Cedric's plan. And I just felt like you're trying to dictate how he does his head of household, and that's not cool. And the way that he was just basically bugging up in Cedric's face and letting him know, I'm coming for you. Cedric was just like, okay, do what you got to do, but I tried to tell you that wasn't the move. And of course, Tucker, he is so in his feelings, he's not even comprehending or realizing that everything that Cedric is saying to him is true in reference to Cedric letting him know, hey, this is not the move. We don't have enough votes. Ain't nobody down with this. Tucker just basically did what he wanted to do as if he was the head of household. So here we have the house guests basically begging America not to put them on the block. When I tell you, I was this was so funny because Cam was like, "Look, they might look at me and think I'm a threat. Look, America, I ain't no threat. Just let me stay in this house, and just please don't put me up for eviction. Please do not put me on the block. Like I ain't got time to be competing in no competitions. This I'm supposed to be chilling. Just like leave me alone." So everybody is basically talking to the camera and pleading with America not to put them up. And here's where we get a scene with Tucker, Cedric, Cam, and I forgot that girl name, but basically Cam and Tucker end up having words, and the girl is like, "Yo, Tucker, you need to watch what you're saying because we already know what your get down is and who you wanted to put up, but these guys aren't aligned with me." She's basically like, "You need to watch what you're saying," and I really did not like his the way that he handled things with Cedric, because ultimately it was Cedric's decision, what he wanted to do with his head of household, and Cedric was basically trying to tell Tucker that like this is my HOH, like you're not going to tell me what to do. And I in a lot of ways, I just felt like Tucker was trying to punk him, and I just didn't like it. I just thought it was unnecessary. It wasn't necessary at all. And y'all, when I tell you this right here, crack me up, Mustache. I cannot think of his name, but Mustache, video game store dude. When I tell you, he cracked me up when he was like, he's prepared for America to put him on the block, and he got his karate move. It's like, what kind of karate moves you did? So he never actually took a class. He just kind of like walked by the classes. He walked by him and saw him, but he never took a class. He tickled me this episode. He had me rolling. So, y'all, of course, Quinn is the replacement nominee. America voted to put Quinn on the block. And let me tell y'all something about the voting thing. So, I went to CBS.com because I wanted to cast my vote. And quiet as it's kept, I was casting it for Quinn, too. I like Quinn, but Quinn, he a little sneaky, which I guess you have to be in this game. But anyway, I went on there and the following morning, as a matter of fact. And it had already shut down. And I was like, what kind of time are they on? But anyway, I didn't get to cast my vote, but it went the way I wanted to because Quinn was put on the block. And, the thing about it is the house is so busy listening to Tucker and this and that and the third. But baby, Tucker is going to be the one that is going to be hard to beat. Like, they have got a problem on their hands because Tucker is that dude, especially when it comes to these competitions. Like I don't know how they're gonna get him out the house, but they better figure it out. And here we have Tucker basically just breezing through another competition. When I tell you he he gathered them balls and put them in that tube so quickly, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And when I saw Quinn and Kenny just basically grasping to pick the red balls, it was just like Tucker was just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, are you? I do not know what they are going to do, but if they do not have their eyes on Tucker, it don't even matter if they got their eyes on Tucker because clearly it's going to be kind of hard to get him out the house. So, of course, Tucker is announced as the winner of the AI competition. And so we have Quinn and Kenny left on the block. And basically, it was time for Kenny to go. Okay. So I said Angela is emotional, but clearly Kenny it was emotional too. He just was all over the place with his feelings. One minute he wanted to be in the game, one minute he wanted to be at home with his wife and his kids. And I think it's awesome that he loves his wife and his children. But at the same time, it's like, sir, this is Big Brother. Like, you got to get your head in the game. Your heart can be with your kids and your wife, but your head needs to be in the Big Brother game. But unfortunately for him, he just could not find a balance. And it was just starting to weigh on some of the house guests as well. They was just like, they just didn't know what angle he was going to be coming from, if it's going to be in the game or whatnot. And it was just kind of weighing on them. And so ultimately, Kenny was the one evicted from the Big Brother house. So of course, Kenny, he's saying goodbye to the house guest. And once he goes out and he talks to Julie, Julie mentions to him, she was like, "So you finally made it to the Big Brother house because you auditioned several times and you finally made it." And she was like, what was it? You've always wanted to be on here. And he was like, "Yeah, my wife, she and I, this is one of our favorite shows." And he was like, "I know she's probably like, snap out of it. But at this point, it's too late, of course." And he basically tells Julie, he was like, maybe if I had did the show maybe 3, 5 years ago, I would have been in a better headspace and been able to concentrate. He was like, but it is what it is. And I'm thinking to myself, sir, you auditioned how many times to get on Big Brother and you finally got there? But you know what? That may have been God's way of showing him, hey, you've been asking for this all this time and I finally gave it to you and now you see it's not what you want. So, hey, it is what it is. As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. But anyway, y'all, spoiler alert coming up next. So if you do not want any spoilers, please click off the video. All right. So, y'all, per Joker's update, this is what's going on. Angela the one head of household again, whatever. Of course, Quinn has activated his power, so he is also the head of household. So Mackenzie, Cedric, and Tucker are the nominees. And of course, as y'all can see, that V by Tucker's name, Tucker done won the veto again. Let me tell y'all something. These people better be on it because Tucker is going to compete his way through this game. As far as I'm concerned, Tucker is the winner of Big Brother 26 as of now because he is not playing any games when it comes to these competitions. He is basically going to run circles around everybody. I do not know who is going to be able to beat him, let alone get him out the house, because once they put him on the block, 9 times out of 10, he's going to win the competition. And I know ultimately they're going to go back to 2 nominees, when they just do 2 nominations instead of 3. But y'all, this dude is the one to watch. Like he it's gonna be difficult for them to get him up out of the house. But anyway, Angela winning head of household again. I'm like, what is really going on? And I'm wondering if Tucker is throwing the head of household competitions or if it's just pure love. You know what I'm saying for Angela because it's not making any sense. But I am getting a little frustrated because if she cuts up this week she got to go. And it's just getting to the point where I'm just like,
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
so y'all, that's all I have for you in this video. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye.